Hi, Nina.
Hi, Matt.
How's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Here we are.
I know you look great. And happy, what is this? Almost New Year's Eve.
Yes.
The eve of New Year's Eve. I'm very excited about tonight because we're going to start the new year. It will be our 70th season. Can you believe it?
It cannot. Absolutely. But I've been here for only a little over 5 years, and I can't believe it.
And I'm entering my 25th year as producing artistic director. And to think that Betty Boop founded this theater 70 years ago is phenomenal. And I had the honor of working with her and being under her tutelage for several years. And I'm just really moved by the fact that, this theater is hitting this milestone. And even during a pandemic such as what we're going through right now, we're keeping it going, and we're keeping whatever theater we can do happening. So thank you, Matt. Matt's our tech director, for anyone who doesn't know. And tonight we're welcoming St. Anne's School in Brooklyn, New York, the Shakespeare Workshop, and my dear friend Nancy Reardan, who's this amazing actress, director, teacher, author. I mean, she's just incredible. And, she has a Broadway background. She appeared in Poor Brutus. She appeared in Fame, The Unknown Soldier and His Wife, which also played at Lincoln Center. She was in Arturo We, The House of Atreus. And believe it or not, I actually think I saw her on Broadway in The Odd Couple. So we're so thrilled to have her here tonight. She also was in one of my favorite soap operas, Ryan's Hope, which I think it was during the 70s, I guess, the late 60s and early 70s. And she's taught at NYU and at the New School. She wrote a book, On Camera, How to Report, and many anchors that we see on television, actually she coached. And so I want to introduce her now. I'm so thrilled. She lives in New York, but she also has a house in Harwich, and we're lucky that she's here and that she's invited her students to perform these Shakespeare monologues, which to me at this time, there's nothing like hearing the words of the bard. So let's bring in Nancy.
Right. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nancy. It's so great to have you with us.
Well, the students and I are so thrilled. And I just want to say that I started acting in theaters like yours. They were summer stock, winter stock, year-round resident theaters. And it's so important that you're able to keep going the way you are on Zoom. But for everybody who's watching, if you have an extra few dollars, she does not want me saying this, please donate it, because this is the 70th year of this theater, of all the theaters, and we're all trying to keep it alive. And I don't know how kids get started today, except at like the Cape Cod Theater, where she's already invited, would love some of the students who are going to be performing for you guys tonight to come and join her during the summer. I mean, this is how I got started from the time I was 14. And even when I was professional, I'd go back and work.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. We have like such a history, and so many of our alum have really gone on and have had, incredible careers in theater and in technical theater as well, like Matt. So it's so important. And our theater is special because it's a theater for all ages. It's Harwich Junior Theater and Cape Cod Theater Company, and it's a multi-generational theater. And to me, it breaks boundaries, and And, you know, we have lots of plans for a renaissance in 2021, which to me, numerologically, really, when you think that it's our 70th season in 2021, it seems to make a lot of sense that things are going to get a lot better come January, you know. So, Matt, will you just put up our little promo for our fundraising? We are in our annual appeal, and we're so grateful for everyone. Whatever you can give, you could text 70 years to 44321, or you could go right to our website, which is capecodtheatercompany.org/giving, or if you just go on capecodtheatercompany.org, you can see where you can help us. And we really want to make sure we come back strong in 2021. But I'm so thrilled to have your students with us, and so impressive the work you do, Nancy, really.
I have great kids to work with. I'm so fortunate.
Isn't it? We learn so much from them, don't we?
Yes, we do. Always.
They inspire us.
And particularly in this difficult time this year, they are wonderful. We've Zoomed all my classes, and Shakespeare stands up to that because there's not a lot of touchy-feeling in Shakespeare. I mean, you don't want to see long kisses and hugs in Shakespeare, maybe a short one.
Yeah.
And so the words carry the seduction and the romance and the everything, the slop.
Right. You're thinking as you're speaking in Shakespeare, as they say, right? Okay, so who are we going to bring on first before we play their monologues?
Well, there are three students, Will, if you want to start with him, and then Shai, and then Mario. And they were all in Macbeth that I directed in February 2020. And Mario played Macbeth, and Shai was Hecate. Usually she's cut, she's brilliant. And Will played many parts, and he played the drums, and he did magic. He's a brilliant magician.
Oh, he's a magician. Oh, we love magicians. Well, that's fantastic. We'll have to have him come back and do a magic show for us. Actually, Matt filmed one earlier in the year, so that's great. Well, theater is magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's bring on Will and Shai and Mario.
Here we go. Will, Shai, and Mario. Hello, hello.
Hi. Where is everyone? That's what I want to know, because when you're on Zoom, you don't always know where everybody really is. Will, where are you?
I'm in West Hollywood right now.
You're in the pandemic central, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
So you're on total lockdown?
Yeah, I'm on mostly a total lockdown right now. We went to the grocery store yesterday, but mainly it's been a total lockdown.
But I hear you're creating a movie that's going to come out in the beginning of 2021 with Nancy, right?
No.
Yeah, so we're doing like a short play over Zoom. It's going to attempt to be a 24-hour play. But I'll definitely send you the link if you want to see it.
Yes, I definitely want to. Thank you, Will. And good luck in LA, and stay safe. And our regards to our friends out there. And Shai, where are you?
I'm in Fairfield, Connecticut right now. My parents left the city for COVID-related reasons.
Yeah. So you're doing school through Zoom?
Yeah, I'm doing it remotely.
But you're all on vacation till when? How long is your vacation?
Until the beginning of January. I think January 4th is when we come back.
Yeah. And then we have Mario. Hi, Mario.
Hello.
And where are you?
I'm in Brooklyn. I've been in Brooklyn this whole time.
How are things in Brooklyn?
Oh, pretty well. It's pretty quiet over here. I'm just doing my day-to-day thing, just going to school whenever I can. It's good.
Great. And Nancy, tell us a little bit about the Shakespeare Workshop that you teach.
Well, the students can stay in it for 4 years, and some of them you've done 4, haven't you, Mario? I think so.
Yes.
And this is Shai's second year and Will's second year, is it? Yeah. And so it consists of 9th through 12th graders. And everyone says I'm very mean to the 9th graders, but I'm not. Am I, Mario? I tease them, but
You push us. You push us a lot.
but we start with sonnets, and then we move on to the choruses of Henry. And for the sonnets, we take a place and a character, and so they do it 3 different ways. A character saying the sonnet, and a lot of gender swapping out. And we do a chorus, and again, you pick a character and find a reason to be saying it. Could be related to the play, doesn't have to be. And it really helps with the language that. And by the time, those are the hardest. And by the time, then after that, we do monologues, which all of you guys will see tonight. And then we move on to scenes. We get about two scenes done. Some people who are very hungry to act do 2, 3 monologues and 2, 3 scenes or 4 scenes, but they try and dig deep, and the language just, they get the poetry, I think, and it just becomes they speak Shakespeare-ish instead of English. It's just, it's natural.
And it's so deep, the emotions. There's so many ways of expressing emotion in Shakespeare. And, it's very, there's so many more ways of saying how you feel or what you're even doing. The language is so rich.
Or curses or insults.
Right. The insults are the best.
What I'd like to ask you guys, Shakespeare can be for any era. It could be for Black Lives Matter. It can be for during World War II, during the anti-Semitism. He's relevant on such a human level forever. Does anyone want to speak to that? Will or Shai, Mario?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just to back that up, we just did our Macbeth that was set in the 70s, and I think it just worked perfectly. So I think you're absolutely right.
Well, thank you. So let's run the video of the monologues, and then we'll come back. It's really great to see you, and I hope that I'll see you at our theater on Cape Cod this summer. We're actually building an outdoor stage, and we usually do, 1 Shakespeare play a year, or we have in the past, and we hope to do that again. So thanks for being with us, and I'm excited to watch your work right now.
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shakespeare invented thousands of words and phrases for our language. For example,
if you cannot understand my argument and declare it's Greek to me, you are quoting Shakespeare.
If you claim to be more sinned against than sinning, you are quoting Shakespeare.
If you act more in sorrow than in anger, if your wish is father to the thought, if your lost property has vanished into thin air, you are quoting Shakespeare.
If you have ever refused to budge an inch or suffered from green-eyed jealousy, if you have played fast and loose, if you have been tongue-tied, hoodwinked, or in a pickle, if you have knitted your brows, made a virtue of necessity, insisted on fair play, or slept not one wink.
Why, be that as it may, the more fool you, for it's a foregone conclusion that you are, as good luck would have it, quoting Shakespeare.
Even if you bid me good riddance and send me packing, if you wish I were dead as a doornail.
If you think I am an eyesore, a laughingstock, the devil incarnate, a stony-hearted villain,
bloody-minded, or are a blinking idiot, then by Jove.
Oh, Lord.
Tut, tut.
For goodness sake.
What the dickens?
But me no buts.
It's all one to me, for you
are quoting
Shakespeare.
My name's Will. I'm performing Henry V. I'm Harry the King. This is Act 4, Scene 3, and I'm talking to my troops before we go into battle.
This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that sees this day and lives old age will yearly say, tomorrow is Saint Crispian. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars, and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot. But he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then will our names familiar in his mouth like household words. Harry the King, Bedford, Exeter, Warwick, Talbot, Salisbury, and Gloucester be in their flowing cups, freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world. But we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother, be he ne'er so vile. This day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whiles any speaks that fought with us upon Saint Crispin's day.
Hi, I'm Thisbe, and I'm playing Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream. In this monologue, I am describing how, at the request of my employer, I have made his wife fall in love with a man whose head I have turned into a donkey head. My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at disadvantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed upon his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp, here are, and our one falls. He murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns and their apparel snatch, some fleas, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Hi, my name is Mario. I'll be doing a monologue from Love's Labour's Lost. I'll be playing Barone, who swore an oath years ago that he would never fall in love.
and this monologue is about him realizing that he in fact has. And I, forsooth, in love? I that have been love's whip, a very beetle to the humorous side, a critic, nay, a night watch constable, a domineering pedant o'er the boy, Cupid the boy than whom no mortal so magnificent. This wimpled, whining, purblind, wayward boy, this senior, junior, giant, dwarf, Dan Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, liege of all loiterers and malcontent, dread prince of plackets and king of codpieces. Oh, my little heart! And I to be a corporal of this field? And wear his colors like a tumbler's hoop? What? I love? I sue? Ah, I seek a wife! A whitely wanton with a velvet brow and 2 pitch balls stuck in her face for eyes. Aye, and by heaven, one that will do the deed. And I to sigh for her? To watch for her? To pray for her? Go to. It is a plague that Cupid will impose for my neglect of his almighty dreadful little might. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, and groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Hi, I'm Shai, and this is Rosalind's monologue from As You Like It. It's the epilogue, the play's already ended, and the boy playing Rosalind is speaking directly to the audience. It is not the fashion to see the lady, the epilogue, but 'tis no more unhandsome than to see the lord, the prologue. If it be true that good wine needs no bush, 'tis true that a good play needs no epilogue. Yet to good wine they do use good bushes, and good plays prove the better by the help of a good epilogue. What case am I in, then, that am neither a good epilogue nor cannot insinuate with you in the behalf of a good play? I am not furnished like a beggar, therefore to beg will not become me. My way is to conjure you, and I'll begin with the women. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women. As I perceive by your simpering, none of you hates them, that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breaths that I defied not. And I'm sure as many as have good faces, or good beards, or sweet breaths, will for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell.
Hi, I'm Lincoln. I played Bottom in Midsummer Night's Dream, and I'm doing a monologue called Bottom's Dream, usually. And basically what's happening is my character has woken up in a forest, and he's lost and he's confused. He doesn't know where his friends is, and he's actually woken up with the head of a donkey. And his head has been turned into a donkey's head by another character, Puck, who is trying to mess with some of the people in the play. So enjoy. Thank you.
When my cue comes, call me, and I'll answer. Hey ho! Peter Quince! Flute the bellows mender! Snout the tinker! Softling! God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Me thought I was... And me thought I had... But man is but a passionate fool if you will offer to say what me thought I had. The ear of man hath not seen, the eye of man hath not heard. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I'll get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Oh, and I will sing it at her death.
Hi, I'm Jasper, and I'm going to be performing the Edmund monologue in King Lear. And Edmund is the bastard brother who's planning to steal his brother's land in the monologue.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me for that I am 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind is generous, my shape is true, as honest madam's issues. Why brand they us with base, with baseness, bastardy, base? Base, who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to creating a whole tribe of thoughts between sleep and wake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. My legitimate, should this letter speed and my invention thrive, shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards!
Hi, my name is Simone. I will be performing a monologue from The Noble Kinsman, which is a play by William Shakespeare, and I will be playing the jailer's daughter, who recently broke a prince out of her father's prison. Thank you.
Let all the dukes and all the devils roar! He is at liberty! I've ventured for him, and out I've brought him to a little wood a mile hence. I've sent him where a cedar, higher than all the rest, spreads like a plain, fast by a brook, and there he shall keep close till I provide him food and files, for yet his iron bracelets are not off. Oh, love, what a stout-hearted child thou art! My father burst better have endured cold iron than done it. I love him beyond love and beyond reason, or wit, or safety. I've made him know it. I care not, I am desperate. If the law find me, then condemn me for it. Some wenches, some honest-hearted maids will sing my dirge and tell my death my memory was noble.
I'm almost a martyr. That way he takes my purpose as my way too. Sure, he cannot be so unmanly as to leave me here. If he do, maids will not so easily trust men again. And yet he has not thanked me for what I have done. No, not so much as kissed me. And that, methinks, is not so well. Or scarcely could I persuade him to become a free man. He made such scruples of the wrong he did to me and my father. I'll presently pack my clothes up and provide him necessaries, and where there's a path of ground I'll venture, so he be with me. By him, like a shadow, I'll ever dwell. Within this hour, the hubbub will be all o'er the prison. I am then kissing the man they look for. Farewell, father. Get many more such prisoners and such daughters, and shortly you may keep yourself. Now to him.
Hi there, I'm Elias. I'm going to be performing a monologue from As You Like It. The monologue is spoken by Phoebe. She is a young teenage girl who has a little bit of a crush on this boy that she met in the woods named Ganymede. Little does she know that Ganymede is actually the main character, Rosalind, in disguise. But in this monologue, she is talking to her own suitor, named Silvius, about how much she loves or does not love Ganymede. Well, think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, and he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth. Not very pretty, but sure, he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a brother man. The best thing in him, well, it's his complexion. And faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so, and yet 'tis well. Was a pretty redness in his lip. A little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference betwixt the constant red and mingled damask. Well, maybe some women, Silvius, had they marked him in parcels like I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him, but for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet, I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black, and my hair black. And now I am remembered. Scorned at me. Marvel why I answered not again. But that's all one. Admittance is no quittance. I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it, wilt thou, Silvius?
Hi, I'm Quincy. I'm going to be playing Joan La Pucelle, known as Joan of Arc, in Henry VI, Part 1. I've just been captured by England, and I was fighting for France, and I'm about to be burnt at the stake.
First, let me tell you whom you've condemned. Not me begotten of a shepherd swain, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above by inspiration of celestial grace to work exceeding miracles on earth. I never had to do with wicked spirits, but you, that are polluted with your lusts, stained with the guiltless blood of innocence, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices, because you want the grace that others have. No, misconceived. Joan of Arc hath been a virgin from her tender infancy, chaste and immaculate in every thought, whose maiden blood will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven. Then lead me hence, and I leave you my curse. May never glorious sun reflect his beams upon your country, but darkness and gloom surround you, till mischief and despair drive you to break your necks or hang yourself.
Hi, my name is Luke. I am doing a monologue as Orlando from As You Like It. I am madly in love with a woman named Rosalind, and I have written her some really bad poems, but they come from the heart. Hang there, my verse, in witness of my love. And thou, thrice-crowned queen of night, survey with thy chaste eye from thy pale sphere above thy huntress name that my full life doth sway. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts I'll character, so that every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, and unexpressive she.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them, the good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. But if it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, and so are they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home from Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal. I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, Brutus is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but I am here to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause until it come back to me.
I'm Quattro, playing King Henry from Henry V. In this scene, King Henry is about to go into war with many of his soldiers, and he is in disguise. He explores the differences between his life as a king and the life of other men and non-nobles, and how some of those roles aren't necessarily what they're made out to be.
Upon the king, let us our lives, our souls, our debts, Our careful wives are children, and our sins lay on the king. We must bear all. Must kings neglect what private men enjoy? And what have kings that privates not have too? Save ceremony, save general ceremony. And what art thou, thou idle ceremony? Creating awe and fear in other men? What drinkst thou oft instead of homage sweet, but poisoned flattery? I am a king that find thee, and I know 'tis not the balm, the scepter, the ball, the sword, the mace, the crown imperial, the throne he sits on. No, not all these thrice gorgeous ceremony, not all these. Can I, the king, sleep so soundly as the wretched slave, who, with a body filled with vacant mind, gets his own rest? He never sees the horrid night, but, like a lackey, sleeps all night in Elysium. The slave, winding up his days with toil and nights with sleep, has the better life than the king.
Hi, my name is Lucy, and I'm performing a monologue from King John. My character is named Constance, and after her son has been kidnapped and presumed dead, she must defend her sanity and explain to the religious authorities that she is grieving, not insane. I am not mad. I would to heaven I were, for then 'tis like I should forget myself. Oh, if I could, what grief should I forget? For being not mad, but sensible of grief, my reasonable part produces reason how I may be delivered of these woes, and teaches me to kill or hang myself. If I were mad, I should forget my son. I am not mad. Too well I feel the different plague of each calamity. And Father Cardinal, I have heard you say that we shall see and know our friends in heaven. If that be true, then I shall see my boy again. And he will look as hollow as a ghost. And so he'll die, and rising so again, when I shall see him in the court of heaven, I shall not know him. Therefore never, never must I behold my pretty Arthur more. Grief fills the room up of my absent child. Lies in his bed, walks up and down with me, puts on his pretty looks, repeats his words. Then, have I reason to be fond of grief? Fare you well. Had you such a loss as I could give better comfort than you do. Oh, Lord, my boy, my Arthur, my fair son, my life, my joy, my food, my all the world, my widow's comfort. And my sorrow's cure.
Our revels now are ended.
These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits.
And are melted into air, into thin air.
Like the baseless fabric of this vision.
The cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples.
The great globe itself.
Yea, all which it inherit shall dissolve.
And like this insubstantial pageant faded,
leave not a rack behind.
We are such stuff
as dreams are made on.
And our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Oh, wow. Bravo. Oh, my goodness. I'm a little teary.
The last one really gets you, doesn't it?
It's just so beautiful. They are so luminous, and the nuance that they gave to each character, I mean, one after the other, they're just wonderful actors, Nancy.
Well, I want to tell you that they had to video it on their own. And the only outline I gave them was that they had to do it without a map. So if they went down to the Brooklyn Bridge or the Williamsburg Bridge or into Riverside Park or on a roof, nobody could be there. They had to so King Henry Quattro, who also did the artwork on the website.
That was so great.
He had to go at night, and Thisbe Park in Riverside Park had to go at a time early when nobody was there. And some of them using the mirror, some of them had shot it on their own phone.
Well, so creative and imaginative. I'm just totally impressed. How about you, Matt? What'd you think?
No, they were absolutely phenomenal. I had a blast. I got a little sneak preview of them all before tonight. So yeah, it's really,
fantastic.
Really,
really, just beautiful work. And I'm so moved by them. And we have some of them coming on now, right? They're backstage.
Yes, we have Elias, Thisbe, and Lucy. I'll bring them on right now.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, Lucy. Oh. That was so great. Thank you so much. It was just so gratifying to hear you and see you. So tell me, where are you, Elias?
I'm here in Brooklyn, New York.
In Brooklyn,
I actually was in Cape Cod just yesterday, in fact.
You're in, was it Truro?
Yeah.
Truro. Okay. And how about you, Thisbe?
I'm in Morningside Heights in Manhattan.
You did such a great job as Puck.
Thank you.
And Lucy, where are you?
I'm also in Brooklyn.
You're in Brooklyn. Well, just the work you've all done in this workshop, it's just so impressive. You've got everything out of the language. I'm just so touched. And thank you so much for sharing. This is the end of our 69th year as a theater, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate, even during a pandemic. I hope you all stay healthy and safe and are back with Nancy in school, soon.
Can I ask one question of the students?
Yes.
My dog just told me, I have a dog named Blake, and he just told me that 2020 was the worst 7 years of his life. It was the worst 7 years he's ever had. And I would love to know what you guys are looking forward to in 2021. Elias.
Well, live theater is definitely up there. It's definitely something I've really missed.
Well, great. We hope to see you in Harwich, that's for sure. How about you, Thisbe?
Yeah, I was about to say live theater and musicals and opera, but also just being able to hug my friends again and see family who I haven't seen in a long time.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, if I was a teenager now, I don't know how I would do it because, you're supposed to be hugging your friends and being social and getting together and hanging out. And I have so much respect that, you've been able to, overcome this time with such beauty and depth of feeling in the work on Zoom. I mean, I I was just so moved by it, every single one. And there was such a variety too, Nancy.
And
Lucy, how about you? What are you looking forward to?
Completely what Eliza and Thisbe said. I mean, live theater performances, being with my friends, but I think most of all, just like creating things with people in a physical environment. Because, I mean, I think we figured out a lot of ways to create together online and in different formats during this time, but I just get so much out of creating things with people, and I feel like the best way to do that is when I'm with them in person. And so I'm just really excited to be able to do that again.
To be in the room and feel the energy, and you know, that's all about live theater, is the interplay between the actors and the audience and the actors. Well, we will certainly do everything we can to bring it back live. And we're actually having some live socially distant classes at the theater. And our classes start next week, right, Matt?
They do indeed. Oh yeah, right next week we've got socially distant and under all our specific safety protocols. Everyone wears a mask the whole time. We've got a whole slew of dance classes, acting classes, improv classes, technical theater with me. So yeah, we're very excited and hopeful.
Right, and I teach acting through time and space online. I think on Thursdays at 4. But so we do have some virtual classes and some, live classes, and they're all over the theater. And it's really funny because, all the windows and doors are open for ventilation. And, I'm a little bit worried about the heating bill, but, it's one way, because we have students from, kindergarten all the way up to, adults. So, And Nancy, you taught for us last year an on-camera class.
Yeah, and I would look forward to doing it again. And you had some college students come in, and it was great.
Yeah. Well, Happy New Year, one and all, and thank you.
And Happy New Year.
We're going to put up our little promo again for anybody who's able to donate to our theater. We surely appreciate it. You can text 70 years to 44321 or go on our website at capecodtheatercompany.org/giving. And if you have questions about classes, anybody out there, you can contact Tamara Harper or myself. Tammy's at capecodtheatercompany.org. Matt's at, what is your email, Matt?
It's Matt at capecodtheatercompany.org.
And I'm Nina at capecodtheatercompany.org. And we wish each and every one of you just the happiest and healthy new year, where we're all going to get vaccinated and we'll be together again soon. Nancy, I can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to hug you, and all of you. I can't wait to hug you guys.
Yeah, I hope to hug you too.
Yeah, we will hug all of you too. And Matt will too.
And please tell everyone, I'm just so amazed at your work. I mean, all of the students, each and every one, it just is so moving and delightful and beautiful. So keep it up. Keep going.
Thank you, Nina, for collaborating and having us come in. It meant a lot to everybody, I'm sure. And
well, let's do it again in the spring.
That would be wonderful. That'd be remarkable.
Yeah, why don't we do it like as a spring thing to welcome spring?
Would you guys love that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, right on.
Let's get you in a scene.
Yeah, maybe hopefully. That'd be great. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and lots of love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you for doing this, Nina, Matt.
Love you. Mwah.
Mwah.